Hey guys, welcome back with Garage Time with Dude. Today we're going to be installing LED headlights into this 80s Squarebody Suburban. So stay tuned. Alright, so our goal from this video is to go from this look to this look. How'd you like that? Alright. So when I bought the Suburban, one of the first mods that I made was a real simple wiring mod to get more power to the headlights. And even if you're not thinking about doing the LED conversion, you should definitely think about doing this mod. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see down in here, but you can see all this wiring back in here. Basically what I did is I ran all of my headlights through a relay. So the headlight 12 volts itself doesn't engage the headlight, it engages a relay which is hot wired straight to the battery power of my battery. So the relays take the strain off of the wiring harness and lets the relay do all the work for you. This gives you more voltage and brighter factory headlights. So that may be all you want to do, and I was honestly thinking about doing that myself. I actually bought a couple of high heat plugs for my headlights and I wired them in, so I have a high-low on top and a high-low on bottom. And when I hit my low beams, both the low beams in upper and lower come on. When I hit my high beams on, then I get high beams upper, high beams lower. So the wiring is a little bit easier through the relays, which I like. And you get maximum lighting ability, you know, at low beam and on high beam with these. Now in Texas, you can't run more than 4 lights at a time. So if you're running low headlights, you can't run fog lights or anything like that, because that'd be 6 lights and that would get you in trouble with the law. Okay? But I don't have any fog lights, I don't have any spotlights, nothing like that, no off-road lights on this vehicle. So I just wanted to run the low beam here and the low beam at the same time. And that's when things went awry. Alright, so anyway, I was able to buy 4 of these high-low LED lights on eBay for about $50 for 4. That's a pretty good price, I guess. When you engage the low beam, it has a certain pattern. It has like 5 lights on the bottom plus 1 in the middle that lights up. When you go to high beam, all 15 of those LED lights come on, and it supposedly draws 45 watts of power. So when you're running upper and lower on both sides, do the math there, 180 watts of power on your full highs. So that's a pretty good chunk of power, but you know, not as much as some off-road lights. Right now I've got these hooked up with the lows on the bottom, and on the top I put the lows on top, so I have like maximum separation between the high beam and the low beam. These lights don't seem to really have a different height projection when you go to the high beams. Which I'm saying is, you know, on a regular halogen headlight, when you're down low, your beam is aiming low. When you click to high, not only you get a brighter beam, but your actual beam comes up in the road, so you're able to illuminate more in the distance. These seem to do the high-low thing basically by adding more LEDs. So whether that gets me in trouble with the law or not, I don't know. We'll drive them around this part of Austin for a while and see if the local cops give me any issues with them. I don't know. But yeah, let's check them out. What I would like to do is, I'm thinking right now with a high, or I'm thinking right now with the low beam on top and the low beam on bottom, I might have a little bit too much power. So I am investigating maybe disabling that center LED when it's on low power. But and that just give me like 5 on the bottom, 5 on top, maximally separated. Who knows, how that would look, but I don't know if that's possible. Let's take one of these, put it on the bench, and see how it looks. Okay, I'm looking at the back here, and I don't really see a way to get into this light. I don't think there's a screw down these holes. Let me get a small Phillips, maybe there's something in there. Okay, well, I got a small flathead here. And nothing grabs there. Though Chinese don't want you getting into their stuff. Okay, there's a couple of Allen bolts on the front here. I don't know if this lens comes off so easy though. I don't want to screw it up. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they glued this lens on. Oh hey, I got a little start there. Not totally sealed. But doesn't want to just pop off either. Looks like there might be some adhesive around there. Let me get a razor blade. Okay. Let's make a little cut in here. Yeah, that might just be like a two-sided tape kind of seal here. We'll see. That really did not make any much difference. Much difference. I am going to mess this up if I keep going, so I'm just going to install the other two as is, and when it gets dark, we'll take this thing for a test drive. Alright, now when I wired up the headlights for the Suburban, let me draw out some pictures here. Of course, we've got the quad headlights, okay, and normally we have the high beams on top and the low beams on the bottom. The low beams are just a little two-prong headlight. We're doing we are doing high loads on top, high loads on bottom. So you're gonna have to change out this plug. Make sure you get the proper plug for your high lows. And the way I wired these headlights in is I need to get 2 relays. Okay. And we're going to cut the harnesses here, and we are going to run the high beam to the high beam out on relay 1. This will be our high. And this will be a low, and this will go to our battery positive terminal. Same thing over here. Battery positive. Low beams is this bottom wire, and these are going to go to this relay. Grounds, we'll just go to chassis ground. Over here we need our signal switch, which you'll have a when you cut your harness. This is going to be my wire loom here. When you cut your harness, you can run your signal, which goes to your headlight switch in your dash. You can run the signal here for your high beams, and this one for your low beams. The other side can go to chassis ground again. And that's all it takes to get your high-lows upper and lower on a couple of relays in your Suburban or C10 truck. Alright, that one's set pretty well. Before you guys get going though, you want to make sure you have a bunch of these little plastic clips back here. I really wish somebody would make those things in aluminum or something, because if they're not broken already, you will probably break a few doing this switch. So I would probably have at least one per headlight hanging around. The headlights take 2, and you'll probably run about a 500 average. These things fit pretty well. They feel a little bit more snug than the factory style lights, but it's pretty close. The size shouldn't give you any issues. Let me double check my pattern real quick, make sure it's good. Got this one upside down. Well, actually I got them both right side up, but I wanted to run this one here upside down so I get those two lines as far away from each other as possible. I thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah, it's too bad it's not more easy to get access to the wiring on these things. It would be cool to make up your own designs. Maybe light up, you know, the 3 down the middle, or maybe the 5 across the middle instead. I don't know. Something different. Maybe like these 3 on the outside. Let's do something different, you know? This should give you that option. Okay, well, let's check this out. All right, there we go. All 4 LED headlights installed. This one over here looks like it's sitting kind of crooked. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't know. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So that's looking pretty good, pretty tough. So, is that the look you like? Would you rather have 4 high-lows in there? I don't know. I got pretty thick skin, so leave a comment, tell me what you think. Yes, no, don't know, don't care. And in a few hours, when the sun goes down, we'll take this thing for a test drive. So here we are, cruising down my road here. Low beams on. You see I got a pretty good pattern here. Kind of hard to see around these curves. So let's switch to high beams. Boom. Alright, there's highs. Definitely more bright. I don't get a whole lot more height out of it. But it does brighten everything up considerably. My headlights are kind of aimed kind of low. Maybe that's the difference. I need to aim them up higher. But like I said, with I'm on low now, I'm afraid if I aimed them up any more high, that I'd be blinding oncoming cars. So, you know, maybe it'd be better to wire up one headlight, you know, on low, and then have another one aimed up high for your high beams, and just not have it come on during the low light, low beam operation. This is not exactly how I would like it to be. There you go again. So that's low, high. I don't know if you guys can see this in video. More bright, but not a whole lot more projection. It is pretty bright though. Alright, so my conclusion. Would I do this again? I don't know. The LED lights look pretty cool on the front of the truck. But, I don't know. I think I'd probably prefer 4 high-low beams. So, anyway, that's my analysis. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching.